All right, go ahead, Ada.
Hello, my name is Ada, and I have a presentation tomorrow, and we're going on a field trip to Sweet Frog.
No, we're not going to let her talk.
And
It's okay.
yeah.
Well, I am so glad you have a presentation tomorrow. What are you going to do a presentation on? What's your presentation on, Evie?
The table.
The table?
So it's at snack time, and we eat, and then someone stands up in front of everyone and tells them.
That's so good. All right. The title of my book is The Smartest Giant in Town by Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. George was a giant. The scruffiest giant in town. He always wore the same pair of old brown sandals and the same old patched up gown. I wish I wasn't the scruffiest giant in town, he said sadly. But one day, George noticed a new shop. It was full of smart clothes. So he bought a smart shirt, a smart belt, some socks with diamonds up the sides, smart trousers, a smart stripy tie, and a pair of smart shiny shoes. Now I am the smartest giant in town, he said proudly. George left his old clothes behind in the shop. He was about to go home when he heard a sound. On the pavement stood a giraffe who was sniffling sadly. That means he was crying, right?
Yeah, because he was sad.
That's right.
Why?
Well, we'll find out. What's the matter? Asked George. It's my neck, said the giraffe. Everybody point to their neck. It's so very long and so very cold. Point to your neck. I wish I had a long, warm scarf. Yeah. Cheer up, said George, and he took off his stripy tie. It didn't match my socks anyway, he said, as he wound it around and around the giraffe's neck. It made a wonderful scarf. Thank you, said the giraffe. As George strode towards home, he sang to himself, my tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe, but look me up and down, I'm the smartest giant in town. George came to a river. On a boat stood a goat who was bleating badly. What's the matter? Asked George. It's my sail, said the goat. It blew away in a storm. I wish I had a strong new sail for my boat. Cheer up, said George, and he took off his new white shirt. It kept coming untucked anyway, he said, as he tied it onto the mast of the goat's boat. It made a magnificent sail. Thank you, said the goat. George strode on, singing to himself. My tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe. My shirt is a boat as a sail for a goat. But look me up and down. I'm the smartest giant in town. Is he what?
Is he smartest?
Smart in this case means smartest looking, like fanciest. That's what it means. Smart dresser. George came to a tiny ruined house. Beside the house stood a white mouse with lots of baby mice. They were all squeaking. What's the matter? Asked George. It's our house, squeaked the mother mouse. It burnt down, and now we have nowhere to live.
That's sad.
It is sad. I wish we had a new, nice house. Cheer up, said George, and he took off one of his shiny shoes. It was giving me blisters anyway, he said. So the mouse and the baby scrambled inside. The shoe made a perfect home for them. Thank you, they squeaked.
That's funny. Why
It
are they
is.
living in a shoe?
Well, they're mice. They thought it was a good house. George had to hop along the road now. He only had one shoe, but he didn't mind. As he hopped, he sang to himself. My tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe. My shirt's on a boat as a sail for a goat. My shoe is a mouse for a little white. My shoe is a house for a little white
Mouse.
But look up and down. I am the smartest looking giant in town. George came to a campsite. Before a tent stood a fox who was crying. What's the matter? Asked George. It's my sleeping bag, said the fox. I dropped it in a puddle. I wish I had a warm, dry sleeping bag. Cheer up, said George, and he took off one of his socks with the diamonds up the sides. It was tickling my toes anyway, he said, as the fox snuggled into it. It made a very fine sleeping bag. Thank you, said the fox. George hopped on, singing to himself. My tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe. My shirt's on a boat as a sail for a goat. My shoe is a house for a little white
Mouse.
One of my socks is a bed for a fox. But look me up and down. I'm still the smartest looking giant in town. George came to a big squelchy bog. That's like a mud hole. Beside the bog stood a dog who was howling. What's the matter? Asked George. It's this bog, said the dog. I need to get across it, but I keep getting stuck in the mud. I wish there was a way to be on a safe and dry path. Any ideas? What George could do?
Go in his pants.
His pants, maybe? Let's see. Cheer up, said George, and he took off his smart new belt. It was squashing my tummy anyway, he said, and he laid it down over the bog. It made an excellent path. Thank you, said the dog.
Why is he taking off everything?
Why do you think he's taking off everything?
To help people?
To help people? What do you think, Ada?
To help the mice and the fox and the boat and the dog.
Yeah. The wind started to blow, but George didn't mind. He hopped on, singing to himself. My tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe. My shirt's on a boat as a sail for a goat. My shoe is a house for a little white
Mouse.
One of my socks is a bed for a fox. My belt helped a dog who was crossing a bog. But now my trousers keep falling down. I am now the coldest giant in town. Suddenly, George felt sad and shivery and not at all smart looking. He stood on one foot and thought, I have to go back to the shop and buy some more clothes, he decided. He turned around and hopped all the way back to the shop. He's going to be tired by the time he gets back there and very cold. Yeah. But when he got there, it was closed. Oh no, what's he going to do? He sat down on the doorstep and a tear ran down his nose. He felt as sad as all the animals he had met on his way home. Then, out of the corner of his eye, he saw a bag with something familiar poking out of the top. George took a closer look. What do you think it's going to be?
His normal clothes that I wore before.
His normal clothes? What do you think, Ada?
His normal clothes.
His normal clothes. Well, let's see. My gown, he yelled. My dear old gown and sandals. George put them on. He felt wonderfully comfortable. I'm the coziest giant in town, he cried, and he danced back home along the road. Outside his front door stood all the animals he had helped. They were carrying an enormous present. Come on, George, they said. Open it. George untied the ribbon inside, and inside was a beautiful gold paper crown and card. Look inside the card, George, said the animals. George put the crown on his head, and he opened the card. And here was a note. Your tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe. There's the picture. Your shirt is on a boat as a sail for a goat. Your shoe is a house for a little tiny mouse. One of your socks is the bed for a fox. And they all drew these pictures themselves, didn't they? Yeah. Your belt helped a dog who was crossing a bog. So here is a very fine crown to go with your sandals and your gown for the kindest giant in town. So do you think he was happy?
Yeah.
Do you think it's better to be kind or smart looking?
Kind.
Yeah. So this was a very good story, wasn't it? Yeah, I liked it.
Fun.
It was fun? I'm glad you liked it. All right. Good job.
Now we get us more.
Well, now we can go eat some supper. All right, can you push the red button?